Hello, everybody. Welcome back to She Reads Tarot, everyone. My name is Catherine, and I am the host. And we are getting ready to do a love reading for Cancer and Cancer's person. So, this is going to be a you versus them reading for Cancer. And I do readings for all 12 signs on this channel, so please feel free to subscribe to this channel no matter what sign you are. And you can also cross watch for your sign as well. I welcome all cross watchers to the channel, and just all all viewers are welcome here. Okay, so please make sure to hit that subscribe button. That helps your energy to flow free through these readings. Also, make sure to put a yellow heart in the comment section for every video that you watch, and I will enter your name into the drawing for a free 3-question reading with me. I am going to be open for booking readings starting next week on Monday. So on the 15th of June, I will be open again to book personal readings. So please go to the website if you would like to book your reading. First come, first serve. And I have 2 other channels, Queen Cancer Tarot, where I read primarily for Cancerians and cross watchers as well, and my other channel, Tarot Talk Live. And on this channel and on Tarot Talk Live, we are getting to our goal of 100 subscribers. And the goal is to reach 100 subscribers on both channels before the end of July. So I want to reach that goal for my birthday. So if you guys could please help me do that by subscribing to all 3 of my channels, and the links again are below. All right, Cancer, let's get started. So we're going to look at your energy, and then I will pull for your person's energy. We'll look at past, current, and future. And we're going to I'll start with the oracle messages. What I'll do is I'll pull everything and then we'll go over everything. So let's do that. Past, current, and future. All right. And we won't turn this over yet. We'll look underneath the deck in just a bit. But first, I want to sorry. I'm going to shuffle tarot messages for you first, and then we'll pull your person's on this side. So take it how it resonates. You can be on either side, but for purposes of this reading, we're going to make this left side your energy, okay? Tell us about Cancer, past, present, and future. Or past, current, future. Same difference. All right, and then we will look underneath the deck here. We'll pull 2 cards for you. This one was face up. Okay, we'll turn that back down. And this one is face up, and we'll turn that one back down. Okay, so now let's go ahead and look at your person's energy. I'll give it a little bit of a shuffle. All right. All right, so I'm just randomly pulling. No specific order. Okay, and then we'll look underneath the deck for your person. Okay, Now, overall energy, we have the Ten of Cups here. Okay. So the Ten of Cups represents emotional stability and happiness. Okay. This can also represent a family. This can represent a situation where you live. Okay. This could be a relationship where you are living with this person. I don't know. We're going to see. But there's some sort of happiness or family here. And we have the Magician. Okay, so the Magician is a card of manifestation, it's a card of making things happen. Okay, it's also a card of um, really being abundant, um, being very persistent. Okay, focusing on what you want. And this is all about the Ten of Cups. So someone is manifesting a family or a stable relationship. Okay. So this is beautiful. This could also be um, the inner workings of a very stable connection that you have with someone. All right. So, and we have the Page of Wands here as well. Okay, so the Ten of Cups, the Magician, and the Page of Wands. So this is an indication of going after something that you're very passionate about. This is also a representation of sending a message, okay, that this is something that you want to do without question. Okay. This is also an indication of, you know, jumping at something at the first opportunity that comes along, because this is something that you have been wanting for so long, or something that you have been praying for. Okay. So we're going to put these over here. And I'm going to pull a couple more oracle messages. Okay. Those just fell out of my hand. Okay. So let's see what comes out here. I don't want to take those. Let's see what we get here for Cancer. Tell us about Cancer, please. Tell us about Cancer. And we have new love in the reverse. New love in the reverse. What else do we have for Cancer? This is the same card that came out. So we have release your ex, and we have let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. At the same time, I have this. If you go and check my other reading on my Cancerian channel on Queen Cancer Tarot. I did a reading, and it said that you were going to also be asking your friends to assist you in not getting rid of someone, but kind of getting away from someone. Okay. And this also, the same card came out with new love in the reverse. So again, there's the energy of not being able to move forward. Okay. This is someone old. This is also an indication of someone toxic, someone that it's like you want to let go of. You can't move on to something new until you release this part of your past here, right? And in this case, this calls for you asking for assistance from friends. So maybe you'll have friends to come in to distract you and to help you, motivate you, you know, be there with you for moral support while you are making this transition. You know, I know, y'all, I'm going to tell you a story. Like I'm telling you, I recently had to move away from a place where I lived with someone that I was with for 20 plus years. And it was my decision to leave the connection as it was because it was toxic. And I wanted to either completely end it, heal, and start fresh, or like just let it go because it was going to burst in flames. You know what I'm saying? However, even though I had everything, I mean, I had been paying a mortgage on the place or the place that I'm living in for like 4 or 5 months at this point. And I had told everyone that I had moved, some months ago. And I had even made plans to move months prior. But one thing after another kept happening. But it was really as a result of me just not saying, okay, you know what, enough is enough. I've got to go. I've got to leave. Even if I come back and get stuff later, I've got to leave. And I literally had to call a friend to come over and watch me dismantle my lifeline, which is basically my internet and like everything required for me to continue working, so that I had no excuse. No excuse. And if I had not called her, I would have still been there to this day. I'm kidding. I mean, I kid you not. I literally had to call my friends to help me. Okay. Because I'd been with this person for so long and it was just so hard to walk away from that. So I feel like that is the situation of what's going on with this person over here. Okay. Again, you could be living with this person, or there could be an energy of you wanting to manifest a solid, stable connection moving forward. It could be both, and needing assistance or help leading. And the magician and the page of wands, I mean, that's it right there. Okay. Manifest this magician here and the page of wands. Page of wands represents extrovert. Okay. And it's an action card, and it's a card of taking action and leaving, getting out of a situation. Okay. And that magician is all about help, I'm going to say. And in this case, having the tools to do everything you need. So maybe you just need a little help. Okay. Maybe you just need a little help here. So I'm going to pull a few more for this person's side here and just see what we get. Okay, so we have playfulness. Okay, playfulness. So this person could be on the less serious side. Okay, I'm getting energy someone who's not being very serious. This could just represent someone who's very lighthearted, not taking in an energy of not taking things seriously, right? Let's see, what else do we have? It says heart to heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So, with playfulness and heart to heart conversations, I'm picking up on an energy with this person. Could be someone that doesn't take things very seriously. Therefore, when you do try to have a heart to heart conversation with this person, they may come off as being very casual, almost as if they don't really care, or if it doesn't really hold a lot of weight with this person because they're just not really as emotionally into it, or even like, I'm going to even go as far as to say mentally into it. So, more of an immature level when it comes to this person, even have conversations or communication. It's just not, maybe that's why it's not working between you and this person, because it's not someone that you can talk to. Let's see, one more here. And we have reconciliation coming up here. Okay, someone from your past is returning to your life here. So I'm getting an energy of this could be someone that you may have been with in the past. And this could be someone that's come back around. This could be a twin flame energy. Um, I'm just getting an indication of things are just not working out, or you're just realizing that, no matter what or how many times around the fence with this person, it's like they just have not really matured. There's a sense of not having matured. Okay. And also with new love in the reverse and reconciliation, this could be someone that you know, maybe you're just meeting someone. Maybe you could have had friends to assist you in, hooking you up, so to speak, with someone. And this could be the person, this could be someone that you're reconciling with. You may also be releasing someone from your past simultaneously. So take that however that resonates into your or fits into your situation. We're going to look at the tarot messages in just a second. So we'll get much more clarity. Right now, I'm sure this may not make sense, but trust me, it will. Okay. Under the deck, religious factors. Okay. Your loved one is being influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. And then it says unrequited love. Okay. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So, like I said, I feel like, again, there's something about this person that you and the person are just two different worlds. I mean, it could be just as, blind dates go. Everyone may think that you and this person may make such a perfect match, but when you and this person get together, it's just like, oh my gosh, I don't know what anybody was thinking, so you really never know, okay, until you know. So this could be that situation, but let's just see what's going on with your energy here. So we have the Two of Pentacles here. Okay, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and the energy of someone who is either adjusting to a situation okay, or someone who's kind of going back and forth. This could also be someone who's making a decision between one thing and another thing. So you could be meeting multiple people here. So let's see. Uh, we have the Hanged Man. So this is an energy of someone who's either making a decision, having a difficult time making a decision. The Hanged Man is all about not being sure about something, kind of being hung on something. There's something you're stuck on when it comes to this situation. Um, so you may be deciding on whether or not you want to spend time with someone. You're not really sure. You're kind of on the fence about it. Maybe you reach out to a friend or two, kind of run things past them or get their advice here. So that could be the situation here. Let's look see what the oracle message is before we look at your person's energy. We have foresight. Okay, be farsighted and alert. So again, you are questioning. There's something you're questioning, something that just may not, just doesn't seem like it's going to go very far here. Maybe you're not so sure. Maybe you'll ask around, and see what others think. Okay. So let's see. Let's look at your person's energy here. So, Five of Cups here. Okay. All right. So, this is definitely an energy of someone, this person, things not going the way this person intended. Something they're let down about. There could also be an energy of this person being in a bit of a funk about something. They may have recently gone through loss. Now, with heart to heart conversations and reconciliation and playfulness, I'm getting a whole other can of worms over here. Now, this could be someone who is kind of flirty. This could be energy of someone that, you know, you may be kind of on the fence or thinking like there's something about this person. I feel like this person may be reconciling or having conversations about reconciling with someone because that is the energy on their side. So there could be an ex, okay, and this person may just be playing around, you know what I mean? Having fun. They may not even be serious. Do you know what I'm saying? That Page of Wands here, this is all about something coming in very quickly or coming in very passionate. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to remain that way. It's also, again, a card of immaturity when it talks about actions. Okay. So this person may be just kind of acting rashly, okay, because they're just kind of playing around with the Five of Cups. This is telling me they've gone through a loss and they are not happy about it. Okay, let's see. Well, we have the Ten of Wands. Okay, Ten of Wands is an energy of someone who is they're stressed out about a situation or something has gone past the its life cycle. Do you know what I'm saying? Um, this also can represent some sort of an argument or a fight, um, some sort of burden or obligation that this person has, but they have lost the obligation. Do you see what I mean? I feel like this is an energy of someone who's burdened about a loss. Okay. So there's the energy of this person lost someone and they're down about it. So maybe they're wanting to reconcile with this. Okay. But for right now, there's the energy of this person is out having a good time. That's where playfulness comes in. Okay. Unrequited love on this person's side. You have religious factors on your side. I'm getting energy that there's you're looking for a more spiritual, solid, stable connection. This person is not looking for any strings attached. Do you see what I'm saying? Or whatever it is that this person is, you know, whatever it is that you're giving, this person can't necessarily return the favor. You know what I mean? Or they know that they're not going to be able to give you what you're giving or what you're putting into the connection. You're on a more spiritual path. This person is on a more action oriented path, just trying to say a need, a missing loss here because they're missing their person. Okay. Reconciliation in their energy. Let's get your energy currently, Cancer. So we have the King of Wands for you. All right. This is all about looking forward. Okay. Planning for the future, taking action as regards to your future. When it comes to your future, being in control of where you're going. So you're very much in control of where you're headed, Cancer. I feel like there's no question about what you want right now, which is why this person is either going to have to make a decision or they're going to have to be honest with you and tell you something, right? Because you're standing on business. This person knows that they can't return the favor with unrequited love. They know they can't give you what you're expecting. Let's see. Page of Cups here. Okay. This is all about this person being in their head. So there's an energy of, you know what? Make decisions for the future, but with the Page of Cups, there's the energy of really kind of being oblivious as to what is currently taking place. All right. So there's an energy of kind of acting surprised, acting like you don't know. However, I feel like you do know, right? I feel like you do know. Um, you know that this person is not in a place where they can give you what you need, right? I feel like with foresight, I feel like again, your energy is just kind of like intuitively telling you that this person is not serious. Okay. We have wisdom. There it is. Oop, there it is. Use your best judgment, Cancer. It is calling for you to use the judgment that you have, right? With the King of Wands and the Page of Cups. Okay. Being in your head and making decisions at the same time. There's the energy of, you're hoping that things can work out, but with the King of Wands, you are taking action for your future. you're taking action that is going to, keep you secure in the long run. You're using your best judgment. Do you see what I'm saying? With let your friends help you here, I really feel like that's where this card is belongs right here in the middle. Because I feel like there's going to be someone that's going to come and help push you along the way. They're going to help and remind you of what it is you already know. Do you know what I mean? And then we have the Six of Cups. Okay, see, this person has got an ex, someone from their past that is coming around. They are reconciling. Okay, do you see that? Look at this. They're having heart to heart conversations with someone from their past. That is what is happening currently. And look, the Knight of Wands. Okay. So again, this is a card of someone coming, rushing in, and they're doing what they want to do. Do you know what I mean? They are taking action. This is a card of someone who's being a hero. So this person is taking on the energy of, I've always wanted to be here. This is where I was going eventually, anyways. Do you know what I mean? So, like, this person was going to end up breaking somebody's heart, right? If they weren't being 100% open about the reconciliation or about these heart to heart conversations that were taking place with their person. Okay. So you're going to end up letting this person, go anyways. Yeah, it's like this person, it's like if you didn't use your best judgment and do what you needed to do for you, this person was going to end up doing it anyways, but it was going to end up being hurtful. Do you know what I'm saying? If you were going to sit there and act like you didn't know that this was going on, this was going to end up hurting your feelings in the long run, basically. Right? So let's see. Let's look at the future energy. So we have the Seven of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. All right. That's all about confusion or considering your options, perhaps, asking questions. And we have the Chariot. Okay. And look, the Chariot, baby, I'm up and I'm out. It's not going to take you long to release this person. It's not going to take you long to be on your way, to walk away, to let it go, whatever the case may be. There's an energy of really releasing a situation and walking away, kind of like I had to do. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like I had to do, even though I had already disassociated from it. Do you know what I'm saying? And released it and gone through the steps. I still physically hadn't already all completely released it. You know what I mean? So under the deck here, look, 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 look. The Strength card and the Three of Wands, y'all. I cannot make this stuff up. Leo energy, Aries, Leo, Sag, strong fire. This is all about the strength to go. Strength and the momentum. Okay. This is all about courage, confidence, having someone there with you to stand by you, whatever it is that you need, that whatever that motivation, that drive, that push to do what you got to do and let that ex go, right? Release them. Release that old energy that is not helping you in any ways, Cancer. How beautiful is that? Okay. Yeah. So what do we have here? It says fast changes. Wow. Take bold steps forward, Cancer. Look at that. Talk about the momentum. Talk about having the wisdom, okay, to use your best judgment. It's not always easy to make decisions like that, especially when your heart is involved. I mean, we have the 10 of Cups here with religious factors. I mean, there are probably spiritual reasons why you wanted, things to be a certain way. You know what I mean? Like you wanted things to be the way you wanted them to be, but they never could be because this person was bent on this reconciliation from the beginning. They were just playing. Do you know what I'm saying? They were just playing. New love reverse, like this old love wasn't, and the Two of Pentacles and the Hangman, it wasn't, it was the foresight. It was you having intuition. It wasn't you going back and forth. It was you having intuition or the foresight, knowing that this person was going to leave you hanging. This is all about intuition. That's what this reading is about. So if you're having strong intuition that something is going to change, it likely is, and you need to lean into that energy and take action first. Now, Nine of Wands is on this person's energy. Like I said, this is all about working it out, reconciling. This is all about stand by my man. That's what this card is all about. Okay, Nine of Wands, they are going to make it. They're going to work it out. They're going to make it last. Do you see what I mean? And then we have the Nine of Cups, okay? Wish fulfillment, satisfaction, someone who is not satisfied, right? Not satisfied until they what? Reconcile at the end of the day. They're not going to be satisfied until they get back together with their person and reconcile. Okay. Nine of Wands and the Nine of Cups. So this is what this person wanted under the deck here. And this is what they wanted from the beginning. So with unrequited love, again, with playfulness, this person was aware from the beginning that they couldn't offer anything. See, see the Hermit. This again is a card of self-evaluation. They were sitting there trying to make up their mind about where, what they wanted things to look like when they got back home. You know what I mean? They were taking a time out. Unfortunately, the timeout was the connection that they had with you at the time, Cancer. And look, the Ace of Cups. Okay, see, this is all about starting over. They were just sitting back and trying to come up with some sort of a way to have a new start with their ex. Okay, that's what this entire situation was about the entire time. It was set up for failure in a sense. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and double clarify. Let's double clarify. Tell me about the Two of Pentacles and the Hanged Man for Cancer. Two of Pentacles and the Hanged Man for Cancer. Okay, this card here. We'll take this one. See, Star. This is all about having hope But this is also a card that talks about the divine, being divinely guided, being shown, or seeing your way forward. Foresight is the perfect card here. Being farsighted and alert. The star. What better a card to appear in this time? Okay. Under the deck, the Knight of Swords. See? You were divinely guided and shown that things were going to change and go in a different direction, Cancer. You can't tell me that you did not receive some sort of intuitive warning or sign. Do you know what I'm saying? You're going to be given some sort of a sign, or in the past you were given a sign that this was going to happen. Okay? And it could have just been this person's immaturity. Okay? Tell me about the Five of Cups and the Ten of Wands. The King of Wands. Okay? This is a planner. This is a planner. This also refers to someone who is mature. And here we are. That King of Wands is also a leader. And they're looking towards the past. They're sitting and looking to the past. They're supposed to be making plans on the future, but they're facing the past. With the Five of Cups and the Ten of Wands, like I said, this person is overwhelmingly really focused on a loss here. And if you look closely, like this person may come off as being very childish, very playful all the time, always wanting to be silly, never wanting to take things serious. And the reason why is because they are hurt. Do you see what I mean? And this person is not wanting to let anyone else in on it. So they have to take on this exterior of being very childish, very playful, because if they get too serious, then it's going to show through. You see what I'm saying? Look, the Nine of Swords. I'm telling you, this person is suffering in silence. Okay, this is an energy of somebody who comes off being very, have it all put together. They're out in public, but when they're alone at night, this person is like this. Do you see what I'm saying? In torment. In torment. So let's look at the current energy for you. King of Wands and the Page of Cups. So again, this is an energy of you planning with that Page of Cups, an energy of being in your head. Kind of being in your feelings. Planning to be your feelings. Well, that's interesting because here we go with the same, we have the Two of Pentacles, the same one that we had here. It's in the reverse now. Okay. This is all about being overcommitted and also frustrated. So doing too much. You see what I mean? Having an expectation with the Three of Pentacles in the reverse that there's going to be an issue, knowing that there is a third party. It's almost like waiting on the shoe to drop, and you have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. See, this is all about having foresight. Okay. Also, this is about lack of planning or making a bad decision. And with the Two of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles all in the reverse. Come on, bro. First of all, it's 6 Pentacles here, and it's all in the reverse. Okay? So this is all about, you know, using your best judgment. It's all about knowing that this is a bad decision, knowing that this is not going to go well if you go down this path, right? Of acting like you don't know what's really happening here. Do you know what I mean? Of acting surprised and not planning for this to happen. So, using your best judgment, even though it hurts in this case. Tell me about the Six of Cups and Knight of Wands here. Oh, card went over here. Look at what we got. 6 of Pentacles. See? One-sided. This person is having conversations behind your back with this person. Heart-to-heart conversations behind your back. You're not aware of this. Okay? Under the deck, the King of Swords. Why? Because they feel justified. They have a right to, right? With the Lovers here, this is where their heart truly is anyways. And Hermit, see, their heart was always on lockdown for this person. You know what I mean? So when the opportunity came, no doubt, no question, they were going to be having these conversations. So, you know, you're just going to be a casualty of this situation, unfortunately. But that's the way it goes. All right. So tell me about the 7 of Cups and the Chariot. 7 of Cups and the Chariot. 7 of Cups and the Chariot. And look, the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse, okay? That is talking about friction. This is also an energy of making a bad decision and coming back from that. But having, this is a lack of stability. Right? And with the 7 of Cups and the Chariot, there's an energy of, you know what? I didn't, this is not what I signed up for. Do you know what I mean? Like this does not feel good. This is not what I signed up for, and I'm out. There's an indication of instant. See, 6 of Wands under the deck. You're moving toward success. This also talks about you having self-confidence. All right. And this is all about making progress or needing to make progress. Right? Yeah. You're going to be making some fast changes here. Look at this, you guys. The Ace of Pentacles, and you have 8 of Wands. Okay? Manifestation, and this is all about action, taking action and doing it quickly. And what does it say here? It says fast changes. And I said that. And what did I say here? With the Strength card, the 3 of Wands. Being motivated to move quickly. This is it. The Page of Pentacles represents a message or a messenger or someone is coming to assist you. This is also information, getting information. And with that 8 of Wands, that's also communication. Okay. And I feel like this is going to help you move on from this. It is going to help you move on. So you're going to be getting some information, and with Release Your Ex, it's going to help you let this person go. It's going to help you move on, even though with the 7 of Cups, it's going to be confusing. It may be a little hurtful. but you intuitively saw it coming. So you're going to be able to move from this and move from it quickly. You see what I'm saying? You're not going to waste any time. See, Nine of Wands and the Nine of Cups, you got the Justice card in reverse, or this person did. This talks about a lack of accountability. And I said that with this person. They're not taking accountability. They're not being honest here. You have the Fool in the reverse. They do. Okay. Hold it back. Okay. Being indecisive. And then with the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, this is again an energy of, someone who felt stuck in a situation, but instead of doing things the responsible way, they took a very careless way out, right? With Fool in the reverse, again, they took a careless way to get out of a situation. It lacked care and responsibility. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah. So what I'm going to do for my members, I'm going to take it into an extended. We're going to look at the challenges or any obstacles that you or this person will be facing or may be facing. We will also look at the advice, okay, for you and as it pertains to this person or moving away from this person, so to speak. And then we will look at the near and distant future. And then we'll do a Cancer versus all 12 at the end. All right. And that will be for members only. If you're interested in purchasing the extended, the link is below. All you have to do is to the website. Once you purchase the one question read, basically, it's the same for that. It's $11.11. That goes directly to me, and I will send that link to you. All right. And a lot of times the extendeds are, I release the extendeds as members first. That way the members get to see it first, and then you guys will get to view it maybe a day or so later. But just an FYI. But all the time, I don't do it all the time, but sometimes I do. So it's always good to be a member. And if you would like to join the channel membership, please feel free. There are 3 different tiers available, and they are all very affordable, and you get a lot of perks, okay? And every tier up gets the tiers below. So if you get tier 3, you get 1, 2, and 3 perks. If you get tier 2, you get perks from tier 1 and tier 2. If you just get tier 1, you just get the perks from tier 1. Okay. Other than that, I love you guys. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next reading. And coming up next is Leo. Oh, and the membership is only available on Queen Cancer Tarot. I'm sorry, you guys. Sometimes I forget where I'm at. But if you purchase the top tier, then all of the extendeds are free across all 3 of my channels. Okay. So just FYI, there's something for everybody. I love you, and I'll see you later. Bye.